The following production illustrates a simulated counseling interview. This is a practice exercise. The sole purpose of this production is the demonstration of individual counseling technique by a pre-service school counselor enrolled in the online Masters of Education in School Counseling program at Salem College, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Good morning, Victoria. How are you?
Good morning. I'm okay.
Good. My name is Miss Weaver, and I'm your school counselor this year. And I'm glad to meet you, and I hope to spend some time getting to know you and talk about whatever things you might be here for. But before you start, I just want to tell you that anything you say in here with me stays in here. It is confidential. Do you know what confidential means?
Like you're not going to tell anybody?
Right. I won't tell anyone unless it is something that is going to be harmful to you, or if you're going to harm someone else or yourself, then I would have to talk to other people like your parents or maybe someone else at school, okay? An adult at school. But otherwise, anything you talk to me about stays between you and I.
Okay.
Are you okay with that?
Yes, ma'am. That's fine.
Okay. So what brings you in to see me today?
Well, I'm having a little bit of anxiety adjusting to middle school, changing classes and making sure that I'm getting where I'm supposed to be on time and that I have everything that I need.
Yes, that's understandable. Coming to middle school is a big change from elementary school where you stay in the same place all day. But I'm glad that you came in, and I commend you for coming in because it takes a lot to be brave enough to come and talk to someone about something that's going on with you. So I'm glad you came. So when are the times that you're feeling the most anxious when you're here at school?
I think that I feel the most anxious when I'm walking from my hallway classes, from my hall to my enrichment, because I have further to walk. And then I also feel really anxious at the end of class period, whenever I'm having to pack everything up and get everything together. I want to make sure I don't leave anything in there, but then I also want to make sure that I'm at my next class in plenty of time to be able to get started and not be tardy.
Oh, I understand. That's a lot. When you move every time you go to a new class and you have all these different teachers and the teachers expect different things, and I want you to know that lots of students feel anxiety at this time, especially 6th grade. So what you're feeling is totally normal.
Oh, okay.
So, and it may be that once you get in the routine of middle school and how it goes, most of the time that anxiety goes away once you get used to changing the classes and different teachers. So what I'm hearing you say is that it's maybe sometimes a little overwhelming and you just feel kind of stressed and anxious when you move from class to class, and at the end when you come into class and when you're leaving class, because you're worried about having everything you need. And that's making you feel anxious, which, like I said, is totally understandable because you have to get used to having what the different teachers expect. And that's important to keep up with your grades and that kind of thing, to have everything you need and be prepared. So what I would like to start with is we're going to meet for a short time today and get to, like I say, get to know each other, get to know what's going on with you, and then we'll plan to meet again maybe next week. So I'd like to set up a couple of things for you to do between now and next week that may help you a little bit. I don't want it, not anything hard, so it's not going to be anything to make you feel any more anxious than you already feel. But one thing that I was thinking is in the mornings before you leave home, it would be nice to have a certain time right before you leave, a reminder of some sort to help you remember to check and make sure you have everything before you leave the house. And then that can kind of give you peace of mind, hopefully maybe throughout the day, that you've already checked before you left and you have everything you need. Do you have a cell phone or something you could use as a timer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, maybe you could put a reminder in your phone every day. What time do you leave your house in the mornings?
Usually about 7:15.
You leave at 7:15, so maybe at 7, set a reminder on your phone to happen daily to say, okay, go through your book bag, double check that you have everything. Because even if your parents or mom and dad are there, everybody's doing something else. I know how it is leaving the house in the morning. So you have your own reminder that'll say, okay, Victoria, go look in your bag and check to make sure you have everything. And then maybe that will help you throughout the day feel less anxious. in between each class when you already know that you checked before you left home.
Okay.
So maybe try that. Also, in those moments when you're feeling really anxious, how does that feel? How do you feel when you're?
Like I can feel it because my heart will start beating fast.
Yeah.
And then my stomach starts to kind of hurt, and I get nervous. Especially when at the beginning of the class, if I'm trying to get my bell ringer done, or at the end, or if I come in a class and I'm trying to find my homework.
Right.
So that's the way.
Yes,
That's
I've
when
had
I know
moments
it's
like
coming.
that too, and where you feel that way. So, and that's not a good feeling when you're feeling that way. So in the moment like that, when you feel that feeling inside, do you like to draw or write?
I'm not really good at drawing, but I like to write.
Okay, I'm the same way. Maybe during those times where you feel your heart start to race or you start feeling nervous, if you could take out your notebook real quick and just jot down, how you're feeling at that time and what's making you feel that way. Or if writing about something totally different would help you get through that moment of being anxious. And once you feel yourself start to calm down, your heart stops beating so fast, then you can put your notebook away and it'll help you get through that moment for now. So I think maybe if we try those two things with your reminder in the morning and then drawing or writing whenever you feel really anxious, that I think that could be a good small step before we meet again next week.
Okay.
Does that sound good to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so just to summarize, we're going to meet back in a week and we'll do the same time, the same day, a week from now, and I'll talk to your teacher, an enrichment teacher, probably PE, so that you won't miss any of your instruction, because I don't want to add to your anxiety by missing work. So I'll do that and we'll meet. Do you like meeting here?
I do.
Does it
I like your office.
You feel comfortable? Okay, thank you. Okay, well then we'll meet here again in a week. We'll work on your two goals, the reminder and writing, and then hopefully that'll help a little bit with the anxiety that you're feeling starting middle school this year.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I already feel some better.
You do?
I do.
So if you were to say, like on a scale of 0 to 10 before coming in, how do you feel now after meeting? 0 being you don't feel any better, and 10 being you feel a lot better.
A 6.
That's good. Okay, good. I'm glad you feel better, and we'll work on maybe these strategies will help you get up to a 10.
Okay. Thank you.
And so I'll see you next week at the same time, and I'll write you a note so you can get back to class.
Okay, thank you. That sounds good.
The proceeding has been a simulated counseling session. The names and identities of the individuals portrayed are fictional. I certify that the individuals appearing in the video have authorized the release of this tape session in writing for the purpose of peer review, education, and consultation. Individuals with questions or concerns may contact the Salem College Department of Education at www.salem.edu.